Have you or someone you know dealt with the victim mentality? Yeah, I've been there. So, in this video, we're going to talk about how to get over the victim mentality. Hey there, this is Sharon Koenig of fearlesspursuits.com and welcome to another episode of Fearless in PowerTube. This is where I create videos all about winning at life. So today we are talking about the victim mentality, and you know there are people in your life, you've met them, they think that they have really bad luck. Yep, that's me, I've been there. And there are people that they really feel like if something bad is going to happen, it's going to happen to them. So tell me here in the comment section below if this sounds like something you have ever done. So the thing is that, well, you know, we all kind of get down on ourselves from time to time, right? Something happens and it brings us down and we have this internal dialogue, and fact of the matter is that we are our own worst enemies, right? So we start talking to ourselves about something bad that's happened, and we bring ourselves down, and we start to believe that bad things are going to happen to us. So I remember a story now. I'm going to throw somebody under the bus. No, I'm not going to do that. But the thing is that I was very close to someone, and he used to say, it's actually kind of great what he used to say, now if I was sitting at a table with everybody, I would get the steak with the most gristle. And it's so funny because I was so close to him, I literally adopted this because I started to see this pattern. And isn't this interesting when we start talking about the law of attraction, how we start noticing these patterns and they start to become part of our life. So he literally attracted the steak with the most gristle, the steak that was the worst. And when I started noticing it, then I started to experiencing similar things. So I started to believe that I had bad luck. And I went down this path with him because we were close. And this was my belief system at the time. And I really started to believe that bad things happened to him, bad things happened to me. And I knew that I was supposed to have a better life, but why were these things happening to me? And the bottom line is I really believe that it had a lot to do with the belief system. So when you start catching yourself believing that something is going to happen to you, then it will happen to you. So what do? Right? We start realizing that we have fallen into a pattern. There are people in our past that maybe when we were younger have said something to us. So we have to start questioning what we believe. We have to start asking if this is true or not. And, you know, I started looking and it wasn't true for me. I wasn't getting all of the steaks that were bad. I mean, it was like, you know, some were bad, some were good, and, you know, it was hit and miss, right? And when you start looking for proof of better things, you will find them. When you start looking for proof of negative things, you will find it. And this is true across the board. It's just something that we start noticing as humans. When you're pregnant, you start noticing that there's a bunch of pregnant women all around, right? You buy a car and you start noticing that car everywhere you go. This is just the way it works for us. It's things that we start to notice. We're cued in on it. And when we start thinking that we have bad luck, this is all that we notice. And herein lies the key to stopping this victim mentality. This is what I discovered. But you have to understand now, I have studied the mind for many decades, and I knew that it was all up here in my own mind. And how was I going to overcome this? Well, sometimes it is eliminating people, which is a sad thing to do. But you have to start realizing that there are some people in your life that imprint onto you, and they are negative, and you know what I'm talking about. If you have ever dealt with toxic people, go ahead and tell me here in the comment section below, because we all have, right? And you know what toxic people do to you. They tend to bring you down, right? They tend to make you start to think in a negative way. So what is the key to overcoming this victim mentality? So here it is. The one thing that helped me the most is being grateful. And, you know, some people get it, some people don't. You know, some people maybe are more spiritual than other people. Some people believe in the law of attraction and they understand, they've seen it work, you know, and this is something that I believe strongly in. And the fact of the matter is when you start becoming more grateful about what you have, then you start to see only the good. And the victim mentality just falls away. This is exactly what happened for me. And I have seen this work with so many other people that I have talked to. So it's really quite magical when you start thinking about it. Being grateful for what you have opens up the door to a whole new way of thinking, doesn't it? So then you're no longer a victim. You're no longer looking for patterns of how you've been abused and how there's all of these toxic people in your life. What you're looking for in your life now is what good you have in your life. And you become grateful and you become gracious to other people. And this is so powerful. If you find yourself vibrating at a negative level, you're always thinking about the worst thing, but understand, you know, the universe is there for you. Always be looking for what good there is for you. Every day when you wake up, before you leave your house, before you start talking to people, you've got to be looking for what good there is. Have an intention in your mind for expecting good things to happen to you. And the victim mentality will be no more. So I hope this video was good for you. I hope you found some value in this. And if you did, please give it a thumbs up. And I hope that you subscribe to the channel so that you can get more videos on how to win at life. So this is Sharon Koenig, and I am out.